What's going on, everybody?
Hey, family.
What's going on, family? It is one half of Black Mail TV, Franklin.
And I'm the other half, Ursula.
Yes, and welcome, family, to Diaspora
You Should Know.
You know what I'm saying? Now, guys, if you've already been following us, then you know what the show's all about.
You should do by now.
It should be by now, right? It's about showcasing diasporas, regular people just like us, just like you, who are doing things in the continent or off the continent, in terms of in our community, whether it be in music, whether it be in business, whether it be in content creation, whatever field that they're in. We just want to showcase the beautiful and amazing things that our people are doing across the pond.
Absolutely. And these people are actually what we guys, for us, are living like the LSG principles. You know, their lives are examples of love, of support, and of growth. And
they embody that in the things that they do and the things that they try to accomplish. You see what I'm saying? And nobody's perfect. We're not saying that, but at the same time, it's about having the right mindset. And it's about moving in the right direction and trying to build communities. So, and we
only ever want to showcase to you guys people that we're connecting with. So without further ado, we will bring on our beautiful,
vivacious French bababoo.
You and your intros, babe.
I know, I love it.
I know, he loves it. Guys, we have spoken about these intros.
We have spoken about it. Guys, we welcome Gabi from the Diaspora Channel.
Hey,
hello, beautiful people. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're very good. How are you?
Today not 100%, but I'm glad to be here. Always a pleasure.
Excellent. Well, the way you're looking so beautiful, you wouldn't know it.
I was going to say, family, I'll be honest with you, our sister right here has not been feeling well. She's been a bit under the weather, but you see what I'm saying? As a true LSG style, she's coming out showing some support, you see what I'm saying? And she's looking quite amazing to somebody
as always,
as
per usual.
Thank you. Hi, everyone in the chat. Happy Friday, happy weekend.
I know, it's Friday already. It's Friday already.
It's Friday already. Big shout out to Jim Barrett, who just jumped in and joined the conversation. So thank you, guys. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button, smash that subscribe, you know what I'm saying, and share this video with anybody who you think can benefit from getting in this conversation, guys, because it's all about growing the Black Mail TV family and joining that family. So don't forget, guys, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So let's push this. You see what I'm saying? When you watch this video, guys, share it, like it, support it, guys, because it's about supporting our Black media.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So who we got today?
Right, guys, we are really, honestly, guys, you've seen we've had a couple of guests before, but today we have got Team Bayayi.
Team Bayayi.
I know. Guys, this is like, they're a married couple, just like my husband and myself.
Yes.
So obviously we wanted to showcase that because we are on this platform. We're about
We're
about sisterhood, we're about brotherhood, but we are about the family structure. And Team Bayayi, guys, they have their own YouTube channel. They have, well, actually, I don't want to give it away because then it's like we get too much away. We just want to bring them on so they can share with you who they are and what they're doing. Yes.
So without further ado, we are going to see if they're here backstage. Yes, they are. Okay. Let me
amazing.
Live.
Guys, I'm really honest. I've been quite, you know, I've been quite looking forward to this one.
I know.
I'm
so excited.
Let's add them in. Hey guys!
Hey.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Hi,
beautiful.
How you guys doing? Oh, look at this! Like this!
Oh, I know.
Look absolutely fantastic, sis. You look absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. Oh. I had a trim in it, so I thought.
We were talking backstage and we were both exchanging beauty tips. You should have said it.
Is that what you were doing?
That's what we were doing. We were exchanging beauty tips. So, family, Team Bayayi, tell the Black Mail TV family about you. You see what I'm saying? Where you're from and what's Team Bayayi? Explain that.
Who is Team Bayayi?
Wow, the whole thing actually came about by accident, but we just a simple couple. I think we've been married 15 years.
You think?
No, we've been married.
Place.
If you carry the three, so we've been married 15 years. We met in church, so it's been a good journey. So things kind of happened organically. The whole Team Bayayi thing. We went on a holiday, so I started an Instagram page and I called it that just to show that, oh look, we went out somewhere nice. It was good.
Right.
And then fast forward, the lockdown happened a few years later, and my wife was like, people want to know about homeschooling, and they're asking me questions because everyone's was forced in that arena, and she's been homeschooling for the longest, and so she's like, I want to make a video and send it out to folks in my WhatsApp. So I said, look, why don't you just put it on Instagram, on YouTube, and we can just send out the link. And we called it Team Bayayi. And the whole thing is kind of because she basically made it into what it is because she, go on.
So the name Bayayi is our family name.
Oh yeah.
My husband is Zimbabwean. I'm Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but Bayayi is our family name, and we're very much a team. We have 3 children. Our eldest is soon to be next month 8. Our middle son is 6, and our daughter, our baby girl, is 4 this month. So we have 4, 6, and 8. So,
Okay.
5. Yeah, close in age. So we're a family of 5, and we're a strong team. And so that's, I think the name is quite, it means a lot to us.
Okay.
Yeah. And so so we homeschool our children. I run a business. My husband is in ministry. So what we essentially are, our kind of strapline is that we are parenting, working, churching, and homeschooling. So, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Wow, I like that.
Parenting, working, churching, and homeschooling.
I don't know if that's the order that we have it in, but yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing because, and this is what I'm saying. You're doing quite a lot, to be honest. You see what I'm saying? Because ministry, because I know certain parts of the scriptures, and I know that ministry in itself is a family in itself. You see what I'm saying? So, you've got a family that you've got over there, and I'm, husband and wife. So you're going to be the heads of the church and of the family over there, and then you're also the head of your church as well in your household. You see what I'm saying? So that's a lovely. How do you balance that? Is the question. You see what I'm saying? My first question, really.
I think with everything, it's organic. You grow into things, and so I've been pastoring. It'll be 8 years this month now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. The pastor I was 8 years ago is not the same person I am today. So things happen. You learn from your mistakes, and so one of the things that the spaces that people get into, they see someone who's 8 years down the line, for example, or 15 or 20 years down the line, everything seems to be working. And it's like, oh, how did you, I want that. But, to have that, you have to have the 7 years prior as well. The growth, the learning, the mistakes, the asking questions, the tears, the times of joy. And we've got our sister right here from the family. By Black first part of the people, and so she
Always.
so she would have seen the growth and the journey along the way. So just as much as a pastor, I'm seeing people grow. I'm sure they see us grow as well. But in terms of balance, I think that's been an ongoing conversation because sometimes you push too much in one side and neglect the other, and sometimes you. So I would say, to answer your question, I think it's organic. There's no such thing as a perfect balance. You just try your best until there's an even kill. But we're in a good little groove.
I think, though, what's helped is developing a routine and establishing structure, because when you do that, you are intentional and deliberate about making time for what's important to you. And I think, as what Fry is saying, through the years, we've kind of been able to, through making mistakes and through just failing in many areas, identify what's important to us and what needs to be a part of that regular routine and that regular structure, so that we're prioritizing, what we need to.
That's good. Effie has said something that I really want her to explain a little bit more when she talk about structure. So, as individuals and husband and wife partnership, what can you say are some of your life values, when it comes to keeping your family structure, in place? Can you please share some of your family values with us?
So, for example, for me personally, my day doesn't go very well if I haven't spent time in the morning.
Right.
And if I haven't spent time in the morning with just by myself undisturbed, because you know children are all consuming, and so it's really important that we as mothers and we as wives, we also have time to ourselves. And that's the way that I can capture that as the beginning of the day. That's one of my strong values, and I think it's important because I find that when my day doesn't start right, it filters through the rest of the day. And as women, we are the thermostat of the home. So when we're not okay, nothing's okay, and no one else is okay. So I think it's really important. Don't worry,
Mr. Bayayi. I'm coming to you very, very shortly. So yes,
I think it's really important, you know, to have like that time in the morning where like I'm away from the children. It's just me, myself, and I. Time to like have a shower undisturbed, pray, read my Bible, because it impacts the rest of the day. I think another thing that's important to us is the children going to bed on time.
Challenge.
We have an 8 o'clock bedtime because then again you have the evening to yourself. Also impacts the time in which they wake up in the morning and the way in which they are in the morning as well. Like, and so that's really important to us, like sticking to that, you know, making sure that every evening they're prayed with, you know, we have that time, like Farai does that with them in the evening, you know, reads the story and that kind of thing. So those are two examples of
Okay. But can I just ask, babes? Yeah. Obviously, because we've got kids as well, similar ages, an 8-year-old, soon to be 6-year-old, soon to be 4-year-old.
Wow.
Yes. So for us, like hearing you talk about the morning routine as part of obviously your values, obviously that's great, but we know as like moms as well, sometimes that's not easy to do. So how do you balance that? Because I still struggle, if I'm honest, getting the mornings to myself. So how have you guys managed to incorporate that within your routine? And how do you guys manage to stay set in your routine? Because these kids aren't easy.
They're not. I think one of the conversations that we've been having recently is about having a bedtime for ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's not something that we have been able to implement consistently yet. But what we have found, and what I found especially, is that if I sleep at a decent time, I'm going to wake up at a decent time with a much well rested, and that's going to impact just how I feel during the day. So I think that would really help in terms of starting the morning right, is sleeping early enough. But it's hard because like me, I'm very nocturnal, and it's like, oh, okay, great, I have all this time now, the children are in bed, I can do X, Y, and Z. And you're sleeping at 1 a.m. in the morning. It's a roll-on effect, but we've identified that that's what's going to help. It's just not easy to do.
Yeah, and I would just add to that, I think sometimes the time that you spend, let's say between 11 and 2 a.m. doing all this stuff, you wouldn't be able to do whilst the kids were awake. You know, because this is more of Effie's thing than me, because I'm off at work very, very early in the morning. I'm always trying to encourage her, rather than go to bed late and then, you know, the kids then dictate what time you wake up, because your body wants to continue sleeping. At some point, there's someone jumping on your bed. You're like, what time is it? Right? So rather than do that, do the opposite. Get up super early. The kids tend to wake up around 8 o'clock, the natural body clock. The daughter gets up slightly earlier. She's always the first to get up. But getting up at 6, for example, you're able to get at least an hour and a half, 2 hours to do your Bible study, your prayers, prep for the day. And you know, we've kind of been having this conversation. It's still not enough to do the work, right? The admin and the paperwork and the blah, blah, blah. But there's just something about trying to pack it all in. So the reality is, it's not easy. As the more children you have, the harder it's going to become. I always catch inspiration from Susanna Wesley, John Wesley's mother. She was widowed with, I think, 11 children. So we're talking, read her biography. It's an amazing thing.
Say her name again for us, Farai. Let me write that down.
Susanna Wesley.
Susanna Wesley.
So
Okay.
she's the mother of the two gentlemen that started the Methodist Church, basically.
Okay.
And so she raises, I think, 11 children, and it could be more, by herself. Her husband passed away, left her with debt. We're talking about maybe 100 years ago, so the situation was not as easy as it would have been today for in terms of like the government help and stuff like that. And somehow she managed to spend quality time with each child every week.
Wow.
So it was all about routine, right? So I've got this amount of hours in a day. We're going to get up at this time. We're going to do this. So if for her, if it meant getting up at 4, then she got up at 4, whatever. So she packed it all in. And so looking at a woman like that, as inspiring and as amazing as she is, it makes us realize, okay, so this thing is difficult, but it's attainable. And I think I'll always go back to what you say. Timetable and schedule is our best friend, because kids thrive on routine more so than anything else. And so if you have a set routine and you break it after a week, they'll be like, "What's going on? I thought it was." they get so used to it. But I think in a nutshell, it's not easy. It's not like you've got it perfect every day,
not at all.
but it's not as crazy as it would be without some sort of structure and routine.
That's good. The father, Mr. Farai, mentioned routine and structure. Those two things, if they are not in place, definitely that house will going to be in chaos, especially when they are, more than, one child in that house. So what importance do you say, do you place in roles within a family structure? And in this case, your own family structure to put, to make sure things flow the way it's supposed to flow. Not perfect every week, but most of the time.
The roles
The roles.
in our home, in our family.
Red roles.
Like
You guys.
I didn't get the question. As in husband and wife roles.
And I suppose, and the children as well.
All right, because I'm okay. Well, I don't know, because I'm outside of the house more. I'm working and is in the house most of the time. You are there. You're more than equipped to then put that timetable together. And I kind of try and fit around that timetable and help as much as I can. When it comes to actually planning it and putting it together, because she's with the kid, she's got it. So she writes it out, she prints it, she puts it up around the house as a constant. And it's quite interesting that the kids, because they can read, they be like, "Oh, okay, it's time for us to do this. Now it's time for us to do that." I've found on the days, because you have those days where it's like everything's out the window. I found that the kids become super, they're just all over the place. They
don't
don't
revert against the routine for a second.
It affects their behavior and stuff.
I was shocked about how much of their behavior is impacted by a lack of structure and routine. So just something as simple as there was a certain time in the day where they were, really loud, running up and down the stairs, and we introduced reading hour. Okay, guys, not like. To them, it's wow, reading hour. We get to read for an hour. For us, it's like just peace and quiet for an hour. But they look forward to it now. They grab some books, go upstairs, they open it up, and they just read for an hour. And it's within them now. So you can be very creative. But in terms of roles, literally, Effia does that. And because I couldn't do it without it affecting her day. If I was like, well, I'm the man, I'm going to, it wouldn't make any sense because she's with them all the time.
But, and I'm not sure if this also relates to your question, Kai, but in terms of our roles generally in the home, we very much believe in the traditional setup of the family in terms of like the husband being the head of the home and helper as well. But at the same time,
the way you said that,
babe. But at the same time, so and yes, so I definitely see it as my role and my position to help him to do everything that he does, and that doesn't take any value away from me. I'm very much a strong character. I'm very ambitious. As I said, I run my businesses. it doesn't have to implicate those things. It doesn't mean I'm less of a woman, but I do recognize that we have different.
Okay.
That's beautiful. As you guys know, here on the Diaspora channel or over there on Blackmail TV, we are very, very passionate, about promoting and showcasing our businesses. That's what we love to do. So can you please share with our viewers, some of your businesses? Because I know Mr. Farai has his own thing that he does not normally talk about, but I want everything to be out because we are here.
Yes, today we want to know.
Because we don't play that at Blackmail TV. We support our own community. So now you're on, you got to put it out to the world and let them know where they can find you. So
the deal is, as long as you share yours as well, and so that would be great to hear.
We share our own every day. We share our own every day. So Mr. Farai, by the way, guys, you see like my beautiful, very good-looking website.
Yes.
Designed by Mr. Farai right there. So, good shout out.
Okay, look, we're just all learning new things today.
So I know you see he start, going on this side. Yeah. And the banner, the beautiful banner on my channel, thanks to Mr. Farai again. So I would love you to share a little bit, with our viewers because I'm sure they want to know.
Yeah, well, okay. Thank you for that.
I have to bring it out on the spot.
Yeah. On the spot.
I do a little bit of graphic design. So I love that stuff. Flyers, logos, websites, banners, pull-up banners, whatever. Anything to do with art. And I've been trying to start this caricature thing as well on Instagram, where someone sends a picture, I can draw a little cartoon version. So far, Effie hasn't liked any of the ones I've done. So once she likes it, we're good to go. Because that's and so so that's something I'm into. Also into music, and so I've got a YouTube page with about maybe 20 or 30 tracks. So I've come from a hip hop background, so I love to write, and so and produce. So please check it out. But the main thing is, which I love doing, is preaching and being a babes.
So my company is called Afamina Events, and I specialize in wedding and event decor. I'm in the process of setting up my online academy, which will also include coaching as well. And so that's something in the pipeline. And ultimately, my dream is for Team Bayayi to release children's products, learning products. And so that's my vision for where we take this. And so that's also the thing that I'm working on as well.
That is amazing.
That's brilliant. Guys, this is what we're talking about. This is why we had to get Team Bayayi on, because until you actually get people on and start talking to them, you don't actually realize what people are doing. And you guys are doing a lot, because for a lot of people, which just even for one of the things you're doing, but you just know what I'm saying.
I mean, just even on the business side, that in itself, you know what I'm saying. And my question is going to go down to that as well, because obviously I know, you said that you don't work, you're not in the house, because obviously you're working outside the house and you've got other things that running around. But I was going to ask, how does that work for you guys in terms of having the business, managing the kids, and working so closely together? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you get fed up with each other? Do you want to throw each other out the house? Or, that's what I was going to ask. But obviously you said that, you do your things outside. But I want to know, how do you balance as a mom dealing with church, business, children?
Yes.
How is, you know what I'm saying? Especially when dad's not in the house for half the day when he's out doing something else.
How do I think I set very clear boundaries. I think that's something that really helps. And so, for example, I'm very much okay to not pick up the phone if it rings, and to call back when it's a convenient time. Things like that. I'm developing more of a discipline when it comes to my phone, and in terms of not feeling the need to respond. Do you know?
Okay.
Those things definitely do help. I make it very clear, like when I've had enough, and when I'm like, okay, Fry, can you take your children now, please? Because because or I'm feeling overwhelmed.
Effia, can you do what?
Like, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, like I make that clear. I don't bottle it in and internalize it so that one day I'm gonna like, if I'm not okay, like, you're going to know that I need space now. I need my time. And sometimes it manifests itself in, for example, we go somewhere and the children and I've gone into the house. I'm staying in the car. Like, I'm just gonna say, I just need some time and some headspace right now. And so I think, to answer your question, I think it's just been very comfortable and confident with knowing what I need when I need to stay in it and being clear about that. Because so, as I said, because we are the thermostat of the home, and so if I'm not okay, like, no one else is going to be. So
that's true. That's so true.
Go ahead, Kay.
No, I say what I agree with what Effia said, because as a mom, you know, if you are not functioning well, things is not going to go how it's supposed to go in the entire household. So
I mean, what I love is I love the fact that you guys are very honest and open. You see what I'm saying, and humble about it at the same time, to accept, hey, we're not perfect. You know, we're still, we've got our strategy, we've got our this works for us. You know, but at the same time, it seems that you're adaptable to be able to receive, different information and different ways, strategies of doing things, and to see how you can implement that in your lives. And I think that's great, especially when we talk about LSG and the mindset of love, support, growth. We always say, if you're not looking at a situation appropriately and applying the strategies that are needed to that situation, then you're not going to get the appropriate growth, or some people say targets or whatever you want to call it, but we say growth out of that situation. So seeing how you explain your relationship, how you explain your business, your ministry, your relationship with your kids, the relationship between the two of you, I find it very inspiring. And I wanted to ask, because I did watch your last vlog video
about dialing back on the social media.
Dialing back on the social media now. So I want to know, because you're very honest and you're very open. How is that?
Yeah, that's Franklin and Lucilla, that's just the Bayayis. They are very, very open, very honest. They don't come out and start pretending like the guy everything figure out perfectly. That's one thing I like about them. So it makes you so comfortable approaching them and speak to them. So those are role models right there, on your screen.
Yes, that's what it is. So, do you know what? You said something there that was actually very, very profound, though. It's before we go into the social media stuff, but the whole growth. One thing I've been trying to implement, especially into our youth at church and just the church in general, is that growth is not organic; it's deliberate. And so people may not be perfect in any area, parenting, education, sports, whatever. But in order for you to grow and become good at those things, you have to be deliberate about it. You have to make a conscious decision. We cannot afford to be intellectually lazy. It's not a luxury anyone can afford, especially with the crazy that's happening in the world today. And so we have to be picking up books and reading books about marriage, about being single, about parenting. We have to be picking up books and reading, explanation about certain things. And I remember the very first book I read cover to cover was an SAS book, Bravo 20, I think it was like that. Those who know the book, you know the book.
I'm thinking about it. I think I'm thinking of the book.
Yeah, it's a serious book. But here's the thing, I read it, and it was all about the training that the SAS soldiers go through. This particular set of group of soldiers, and what they went through in a particular skirmish with the enemy, and how they came out of that. When I finished that book, closed it, all of a sudden, I know how the SAS train, what they physically, mentally go through. I now know some of the jargon that they use. And this is all, just sitting down and reading something for 4 hours. Imagine the amount of knowledge that's available, that's out there. But people would, rather choose to be ignorant. Well, we're waiting for someone to do something for us.
Yes.
I'm hoping one day my kids will just all of a sudden get it. I'm hoping that one day money will just appear in the account. No. You have to be deliberate. You have to strategize. You're going to make plans. They're going to fail. Get up, try again, and keep going, and it will work out. So fortune always favors the hardworking and the ones who decide, I want to do something. I mean, like the amount of hours when the whole COVID thing hit, and Effia wasn't working, obviously with the wedding industry not being what it was. She spent, I would say, in the double figures, if not almost triple hours listening to seminars, webinars, all the NAS that you can think of. NAS album, right? And she's gained so much information which she's going to be able to implement. And it's not because she is better than anyone else. It's we can all do that. As you're cleaning the house, as you're driving your car, you're listening to something, you're growing and growing. So yeah, I need to add that. So yeah, the social media thing, we only just started today. So
today? When was the video?
It was today. How was it?
2 days ago.
Yeah, we put the video 2 days ago.
All right.
Between then and now, we've been discussing in real terms, what is it exactly that we're going to do? How is this going to work in real life? What time can I use the phone? What time can I put it away? So anyway, for those who don't know, we've decided to delete. Well, I've decided to delete WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter, and not to do it for 3 months or 6 months permanently. I'm never going back on them again. Initially,
never to return.
Never to return. That's it, as Kai would say.
That's it. You're off.
Okay. So I want to ask both of you the question then. How are you communicating in this day and age, especially with your business, with the ministry? How are you doing that if you're going to be? Are you both coming off permanently, or is one staying on, one's coming off permanently? Like how is that going to work?
I would love if she joined me, but
so you got your answer right there.
So basically,
your answer is right there.
Social media.
I would love it if she joined me, but because just for the temptation, like, hey, babes, pass your phone. Let me see what's going on WhatsApp. But I'm gonna resist. So it was all about claiming back certain things. Initially, it was about Mark, the Zucks, trying to take. You guys remember that? And so it was meant to be the end of January that they're going to do the update. There was an
February the 8th, they said.
February the 8th. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And so then there was an uproar, and then they said, okay, we're going to wait now until May. So they're going to strategize. They're going to try and, blah, blah, blah. So when it was extended to May, I remember how I felt, because I was already, feeling, oh my days, February the 8th is coming. I'm going to delete this thing.
Yeah.
Then when it was extended, it made me think, wait, why am I deleting this for real? Because most of the apps that I have give them all of this information anyway.
That's right.
Right? And on top of that, the EU have some sort of thing, the AVG or something like that in place to stop people. So is it really about my privacy? Because number one, I've got nothing to hide, don't care anyway. Number two, seriously, like just Google alone have more information about me than my wife does.
It's true.
Yeah. So then I begin to think, so why do I want to delete it? One of the things that happened was I would come home from work, and usually I'll be on the phone speaking to a friend of mine. I'm coming into the house. I'm still on the phone. The kids, hi dad. Yeah. 1 second. And then once that call is done, I'm getting ready to do something else, and I'm checking the status. I'm updating something. I'm seeing someone. I'm checking an article. But, hey dad. One time, my son grabbed my phone, and as we were doing, what do you call it when you're going back and forth?
Tug of war?
Yeah, doing the tug of war with my phone, basically. I said to him, what are you doing? Yeah, and he said, you're on your phone too much. I want to play with you. I want to talk to you. And that hit because it made me realize that they are so observant.
They are.
And
They are.
And as much as we try and minimize the amount of screens that they use and see, they see us constantly on a laptop, on a computer. You know, we have to work, we have to respond to things, and so it made me think, you know what can I do to free up more time? What's not necessary? So the WhatsApp, the whole status thing, we've all done it. I'm gonna send a text message to my mum, see how she is. A WhatsApp. You go onto your phone, you type it out, and then you see, okay, I've got 6 messages. Let me just see what they say.
And then you get distracted. Yeah, you do.
One of them has a link on YouTube. True. So you go to YouTube, you watch the video, and then the recommended thing is there. You're reading the comments. Before you know it, an hour and a half has passed.
That's true.
And all you wanted to do was ask your mum about some chicken. And so removing Twitter, removing Facebook, removing WhatsApp was going to free up more time. But then we got to talk about it, as you saw in the video, and said, what else? Well, we can have 2 things: designated time to be on the phone in the house. We finally agreed that I personally, we haven't talked about you because it's a bit more complicated, but I personally won't be on my phone or won't look at my phone between 3 in the afternoon when I get home and 8 p.m. children are in bed. Right. You will not see me on the phone. If people call me, message me, you know, they'll know that's call me before 3 or after 8.
Right. That's good.
Yeah, praise God, and no mobile phones in the bedroom, in the main bedroom.
So we're going.
That one.
Good.
So that, you know, we're not relying on the phones, because the temptation is that the phone is the last thing that you look at before bed and the first thing that you pick up in the morning.
It's true.
Yeah.
It is an issue. I think to answer your question as well, it's not as straightforward with me personally, because as you said, I use social media strategically for the business and stuff. Like with him, he just posts information about the church on Instagram. He doesn't really use it. He's not very active. And then he posts his sermons for those who like watch it online and stuff, and then that's it. Whereas with what I do, it's a bit different, because I'm not just building businesses, I'm building a brand, and you have to kind of interact with other users.
Yeah, of course.
And that type of thing. That's all part of networking, is all part of it, as well as advertising, promoting, and that type of thing. So, I use it strategically, but I do also acknowledge that I can be heavily distracted by it, and I don't. And I'm on my phone oftentimes a lot more than I need to be. And so I can still do those things and allocate time to do those things, rather than being reactive and just kind of, let me have a look. And then next thing. So it is something I can still find ways to kind of be intentional as well. Yeah. And I'm going to be
good. And we all, it's very good, because these days with social media, like, you know, Mr. Farai said, you just go there just to do something for a minute. Before you know, 1 hour passed. Probably the reason why you even, you know, decide to catch that phone, you haven't even sent that message to your mom, but you are there busy replying to all sorts, watching one video, the next one is the recommendation. So I think it's a very good tactic. The link is already in the chat. So if you guys want to know more what they are doing on Team Bayayi channel, you need to subscribe. That's the only way you're going to do. And for those of you that love wordings, I do as well. You have to follow Mrs. Bayayi to see the beautiful decorations, guys. We
exquisite, guys. Honestly, definitely
to check that out. So, you know, Franklin, you want to say something?
You know, you put the messages in there, and I forgot to say, because the conversation was so interesting. Guys, like the video. Like the video.
You have to like the video.
We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, you should have said. So make sure you show your support. Share the video. Share the live. It's an amazing conversation, guys. And you can find out what you can do and how you can implement things into your life and your family just by the example and the inspiration that we've had. Because I'm not going to lie, I definitely do agree with the
and guys, we've taken on some tips. I'm not even going to lie to you. Let me be very honest, guys. Because I think I said it to you. There was a video you guys spoke about. I think it was the one where it was your anniversary, I believe, and you were interviewing Farai. And I really enjoyed that one. And
he had the look. He had the look.
Yeah, he did. I know the different angles. I loved it. The one thing that stuck, which we actually implemented and have kept going, was the whole, I think, Farai, you said something about you guys have something where the kids, they have to not to come in the room, or, you know, your room is your space.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be really honest with you, that really hit home with me, because I grew up in an African household where I'm going to keep my parents' door was locked. We had to knock on the door to hear the key unlocked to be allowed in. But now we live in a... And sometimes we were waiting at the door.
Somebody was doing something else up in there.
Of course, it's their own room. What do you think, Franklin? Come on.
Okay. Anyways.
That's why, Franklin. That's the only reason why if people were doing something, you managed to find the beautiful queen right there. So yes.
But, it stuck with me because I realized that in terms of our parenting styles, we are quite role orientated, and I'll keep it honest. I'm the soft touch out of both of us. Do you see what I'm saying? And I've had to toughen up and firm up with certain bits and pieces, because, you know, the reality of before kids and the reality of kids, it was like sometimes they don't always mirror. And when you guys said that, it really, and it was around his birthday as well, and I actually implemented it, and I was like, here you go, babes, here's your birthday present. Because I spoke with the kids, we sat down, we spoke about the need for obviously mummy and daddy space and things like that, and it hit home because for him, I'm always cool for the kids to be in our space, but then it made me realize from a man's perspective, it's like, no, you don't necessarily want the kids just being all there all the time in your space. And that really made me sit there and think, how much freedom do they get? Do they understand that mummy and daddy have their own like room boundaries? Because essentially they've got access to all the space in the house.
I definitely agree with your implementation. You see what I'm saying?
And we've kept it.
That's really encouraging. Yeah.
I used to say to Ursula that, you know, for me, kids after 8 o'clock, there's nothing for them on TV. So that's so
I agree.
They should be in there, or at least by 7:30, be in their room winding down, you know, to 8 p.m. Then we can read stories, etc., etc. Now, I used to work crazy hours. I used to work crazy hours, like, you know, sometimes 15, 16-hour days. And then when I get back, I'll be so exhausted, you know, I just want to just have some peace and quiet and just sit down. And the kids just, as you were saying, they'll jump on you and, hey, dad, you know, let's have a conversation, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just need to just switch off for like a minute. So, no, I definitely love implementing that, you see what I'm saying, and being able to have that privacy.
Because it has given us back that
space.
And it also kind of made me realize, you know what, as much as what I'm mum, and I think because he used to work so many hours, the kids were there, they were there. So even if we could implement bedtimes, if say one of them snuck out and came and then was in mummy's bed, it was kind of like, oh, daddy's not back till the early hours of the morning. So you just kind of let them kind of just stay with you. And there's certain habits which, being an educator, I didn't think I would be doing. I'll keep it real. I didn't think, you know, you kind of think when it comes, no. And that was something that for me just made me really realize, do we have our own space? And when I heard how you spoke about it and reinforcing that, and my husband said it to me, but you know, sometimes for me personally, you kind of think, yeah, babes, but, and then when you hear another man say it, and it's almost like, no, they actually do believe this. This is what they think. Do you know what I mean?
So my question to piggyback on of all that talking that we just did was to ask you, like, what would your advice be? Obviously, being a married couple, being in a business, being in the ministry, what would your advice be to married couples and people out there? Because we have this whole relationship thing going on, in terms of time, finding time
for each other.
What would your advice be around, you know, that?
And how do you guys make time for each other?
Oh my goodness!
Wow, you guys are just out here, you know. It's really so, I think it goes back to what I said before about being deliberate. Now, the problem with us as men is what we use to gauge how good our relationship is totally different from what our counterparts or wives would measure. So that's why it's very easy for someone to go up to me, for example, and say, how is your marriage? And I say, it's great. The bills are paid on time. The house is clean. I cook. The kids are healthy. You know, everything's great. Then you go and ask Barbara, Effia, how's the marriage? And she's like, yeah. You know, we don't spend enough time with each other, and so the measurement is totally different. And so I would say, number one, know the key points that you need to hit, not for yourself, but for your partner, because the generation that we're living in now, everyone is in it for them. If you don't make me happy, I'm gone. It's never what can I do to make you happy. So it's about elevating your partner. Okay, so you know, the whole love language thing, you desire quality time. It may not be that important to me, but because it's important to you, let's make that quality time. And then comes the point number two, you have to be deliberate about it. I think Effia is way more creative when it comes to how we can spend time together, and you know what we can do, even in the long term. I think I've done all right with the whole borough market.
I believe like you did pretty good anniversary for if I remember.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you made that public.
Even Effia, you know,
your birthday. Was the anniversary your birthday you're referring to?
Oh, was it birthday, babes? Or was it just recently? Was it birthday?
As in it's the anniversary, I think. She might be probably referring to the anniversary.
You could do stuff and then
1 second.
Well, with the anniversary, it was down to me to plan, and I was sweating because I am the worst at planning these things. Because again, my measurement of us having a successful marriage is not the same as Effia. So if we don't necessarily do all of these going out and stuff, as long as as long as other things are in place, then I'm good. But for the anniversary, I knew at 15 years, if I wanted to live into see 2021, I had to pattern up, and so we managed to find a drive-in cinema where you can sit in your car and you can just drive there. Old school stuff, right? We picked the most, safest thing. Some Christmas
family
thing,
Christmas,
like
children's Christmas.
It's beyond EU, right? For those who are praying, it's our pastors watching movies. Right? And so
also children's Christmas.
So we and she loved it, and it's not because the movie was great or because it was because we got to spend some time together. So
but just on the back of, I think it's more so the thought of, okay, I've gone to the effort to make this happen. So in terms of how to get the balance with everything, I'd say just demonstrating that it's something that is important to you, to the point where you're going to organize things and regularly, a little and often. I have to say this, like, men are the worst at this. Like, they will do like one big thing and be like, and think that carries them for like the next
100%.
5 years.
It should do.
Like, oh yeah, but remember when I did that thing?
It's a big thing, he said.
No, it needs to be lots of little things, and it can be. And as I said, like, it was such a silly children's Christmas movie, some back in the 80s one, but it's just the fact that you're doing something together, and it can be just as simple as you take a walk, or you go for a drink in or whatever. Like, it's really simple. And I appreciate it's not as easy when your children are young.
Yeah.
And I do think that has to be taken into consideration. Like, the parents that I know that do this super regularly have like older children who can help look after the young, or they have older children who can just kind of be left by themselves. With us, it's not that straightforward. And in terms of our go-to for like childcare, that would be either of our mums, and that's not always necessarily
available all the time.
So it's about, I guess, working with what you have, like, and it can be the thing, okay, right, babes, like, we're going to make sure the children are put to bed at 8 and we're just going to do something really nice at home. And for example, like, for his birthday yesterday, so I organized for this chef.
Sorry, did you say it was his birthday yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, happy belated!
So So
Don't worry, Mr. Farai. No age reveal, nothing. Just relax. Carry on, please.
Tell the Black Mail TV family just how old you are today.
No.
I just put it in the comments.
He said 25. He's not 20. He's not 20. How old did you turn, dear?
I am 30 with 10 years extra experience.
So he turned 20. Milestone. I just like
40.
I'd like to give a disclaimer. I'm not that age yet. I'm 34. I just turned 34. There is this.
No one asked you.
No, but I'm just saying.
She's just trying to say. I'm let people know that you are an old man.
No, but where's there?
No, as in, I'm not part of your
Wow.
You're flop. Yes, you're flop.
So you're old man.
Oh, beautiful.
Like 40, like
Do you know what?
Okay.
If my arthritis wasn't playing up right now, I'd be walking around.
No, yeah, I'm just making that clear, guys. Like I'm still young. So
Very.
so, but yeah, so one of the things that we did for his that I did for his birthday was organized for this like for someone to have like a 3-course meal for us in the home, and we decorated it, and we had like a fine dining experience. But it's in our home, and to be honest, there's no reason why we can't do that on a regular basis. To just make it a little bit special with a few candles, some music, and I don't know, you might be you're having a hot drink. For the but it's just the fact that you have been deliberate and intentional about setting aside that time. That's what means the most. And that you do it often. Like, we don't want big displays every 5 years. We want them regularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Franklin right there is taking some notes quickly, so I can see you still our face. It's like,
listen, Kai, you treating us like some matching perfumes the other day. I'm telling you, it's been 4 years since I got perfume.
Don't worry. That now it will be regular. Very regular.
I'm so surprised.
You know what? Me and Franklin, man, I'm telling you.
No, he bought the perfume and he got like a matching set. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, babes, you got because I like the matching. But then I was like, when I really thought, I was like, babes, you haven't bought me perfume in 4 years. He was like, listen to the lyrics. He's like, but babes, you always smell so nice. I was like, where?
Oh, my guy.
You can't listen.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're not gonna get another set until 2024 now. So enjoy it. Make it last.
Enjoy.
Use it sparingly.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to. It's a very expensive one, I'm sure.
Exactly.
So you have to,
My perfume game has not been strong, but I'm so happy.
That's beautiful. So my very, very last question for the Bayayis is obviously those of you that joined the stream late. Ekia says she's from Ghana, and Cersei, he's from Zimbabwe. So one thing I want to know, when one day you guys decide to relocate to Africa, will it be Ghana or Zimbabwe?
Hey, Zimbabwe.
Ghana.
Zimbabwe.
Hey.
Okay.
Everyone's moving to Ghana.
All I'm saying is I've been to Ghana already. Who hasn't been to Zimbabwe? And I can
but there are more prospects and more opportunities.
The potholes in
Ghana
were
no. It would definitely be Ghana.
I felt like
I'm more into my culture.
I felt like I was driving on the moon.
Rise into his culture.
I felt like I was driving on the moon. The potholes.
No,
oh my! And they have one traffic light in
No,
Ghana.
that's such a lie.
And they use it for concerts.
Don't mind him.
Does Tanzania have better?
Okay. Mr. Farai. Ghana is, my country too. So I'm not going to let you easily, highlighting those things. In fact, we have to go to Zimbabwe and find those areas. You understand? So let's keep it like this. So any last thing you want to leave our viewers with before we end the stream tonight?
Yeah, I would want to say the best experience you'll ever have in any relationship is when you are fully able to be yourself, mistakes and all, and the other person can accept that. there'll be things that you can change and there'll be things that you can't change. And I think the first a few years of any relationship, you're always trying to change the other person to fit a mold that you, but then after a while you realize there's just some things I can't change. I think I was told once by my previous pastor that you know, you don't have to understand that, you know, the whole thing about buying flowers. Why buy flowers? It doesn't make any sense. You buy them and they die. Why do that? So, then his response was, it's not about the flowers in of themselves, it's the fact that they are important to her. So you don't have to personally understand it. It doesn't have to make sense to you, but as long as you know it's important to her, then you should do that. You should jump on that. And I think if both people had that kind of mindset, what's important for the other? How can I serve the other? What can I do for the other? Even if I don't get what I want, when I want it, how I want it, I want to serve, because you know, selfishness breaks any relationship. Parenting, parents to children, children to parents, husband and wife, friendships. It's all about serving the other. We don't like the kind of friends that would ask for something. Once they get it, you don't hear from them for a month. Right, but the friends that when you go out, they'll say, "Oh, you know, let me buy that for you. Let me get that drink for you." You're like, you know what? I like being around you because I save. But anyway, but you know, like this when you are a giving person, you give mercy and grace. Like you forgive people, you forgive each other, you serve each other. It makes handling all of the disappointments a lot easier because you're not in it for you. So
beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Really enjoy this conversation, learn as well. So I'm sure our viewers are taking notes throughout the entire live. So enjoy your evening. I'm sure the birthday celebration is still on. So guys, all the links are in the chat. So please check the Bayayi out on Instagram and subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel as well.
Thank you so much.
Good night. You're welcome.
Make sure you subscribe to Blackmail TV as well. You know, they're doing a great job. Do that right now. Don't wait. Just subscribe.
And the Diaspora channel.
And the Diaspora. No, don't subscribe to that one. But subscribe to Blackmail TV.
After this conversation, you guys to come in conversation with. You see what I'm saying? So we do another show called In Conversation With, and I would love to get you guys on there, especially my bro on there, to go into some questions.
Sis, he's already sidelined me.
What?
He's already like, especially my bro. He's like, he was waiting.
Yeah, you know what?
He was waiting.
Bro, you and me, man. Let's do it. I'm down.
He was waiting. He was waiting for this. Yeah, he was waiting for this conversation.
In conversation with, listen, we'll connect something behind the scenes.
In conversation with the husband.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. The husbands.
Oh, we can have the sisters too. We can have the sisters conversation. Another content.
Yes, I'm sure they take, you know, that right there, the notes, and they're going to get back so we can have more, lots of advice and fun time, because you know, Mr. Farai, he's very funny. Very funny, make you laugh, but at the same time, don't only keep laughing, because there are lessons too. So please, guys, go and subscribe to the Bayayi channel, and we'll see you guys next week, Friday, 8 p.m.
Thank you so much. God bless you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bless you too. Good night.
Okay, guys, that was an amazing.
That was great, guys. Honestly, amazing couple, guys. You can see all the things that they're doing, and I do definitely think they were really, as guests, we were really proud to have them on. You can see the kind of lives that they're living and the things that they're doing and the message that they're putting out, guys, for others. And just for us, married couples, family structure is so important.
An example of LSG family, an example of LSG integrity. Do you see what I'm saying? Family, what can we say? Do you see what I'm saying? This is the standards that we would like to see in family, because we believe family is the foundation of the community.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I would love to get them back on for another show. Do you see what I'm saying? But I want to say to our co-host, Kai, do you see what I'm saying? Sis, you've held out. I know you haven't been well, and I want to thank you 100% kudos to you, sis, because
You're welcome, bro.
Just came through with that Maison Mocha glow.
she just came through like
Yeah.
So guys, listen, go check out the Team Bayayi's, all their links and all their
Please.
Great videos, definitely great
down
videos.
below. Go check out the Diaspora channel, and if you haven't subscribed, you better be subscribing. What you waiting for? You see what I'm saying? Hit that like button.
Yes, guys.
Share the video, guys. We're trying to grow our Black media channel. So, guys, if we don't subscribe and support, then who's gonna do it? You see what I'm saying? So, our type is trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by what? Easter?
We said targets.
No,
we said targets.
I'll say by June. You want it by June? By June. How's that?
We're setting targets.
Setting targets, family. So you watching this? You the Black Mail TV family. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe. Share the video, guys. Head over to the Diaspora channel. Share that video. Like those videos and subscribe to that channel, guys. And we will see you next time on Black Mail TV. So it's goodbye from one half
of Black Mail TV.
Goodbye from the other half of Black Mail TV, and from the other one of Black Mail TV. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna say we love you.
We love you guys.
See you guys later, guys.